Good morning, my people. What's up, world? It is Friday, April 4th, and I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because with Him all things is possible. This No Duck Zone episode is sponsored by Vision Sports Management. Shout out to my brother John Boy Belton. Follow him on Instagram and Facebook. And shout out to Match Bout. Follow my brother Shannon Brown on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Top of my morning to all my kings and queens. Safe travels to everybody out there moving around, going to work, going to school, coming from work, doctor's appointments, courts, vacation, wherever you're going. Safe travels, and knowing with Him, anything's possible. Everything's possible. Excuse me, y'all. I had hiccups for some reason about a minute ago. It was crazy. I hope everybody's feeling blessed. I hope everybody's feeling appreciated, and I hope everybody's feeling thankful for seeing another day. Friday, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I came this close to not even doing the morning chop up just because I woke up on I was thinking about it yesterday, like, oh man, it's Friday. Do I feel like getting up doing it? But you have to, no matter what day it is. You gotta get up and you gotta continue to do it. And as long as you guys appreciate morning chop ups, I'm always gonna come back here and do them. But today, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, yeah, do you want to do that? Miss Fields, what's up? What's the deal, Miss Fields? How you feeling, Queen? Yo, Miss Fields, I ain't gonna lie, somebody hit me, and I guess they went on your videos, right? So, I told my dude I wasn't gonna put him on blast. But he like, yo, who is that, yo? She bad as fuck. She a cutie. I was like, yo. I said, that's Miss Fields. Because I never say your first name, man. I just say, that's Miss Fields, man. He like, yo, she bad as fuck. I said, yo, calm down. He said, she taking? I don't know if she taking, son. I don't know. It don't matter. Calm down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Calm down. Yeah, he see your videos was like, I'm waiting for her to go live. I'm like, nah, you can't do that. Like, you gotta chill. Don't. She good peoples. Don't do that. You got them out here in New York going crazy, Miss Fields. He showed it to my other homie, and my other homie was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, she bad as D Free, what's up, man? You got them out here wilding out, Miss Fields. Sheesh. Oh man. That's crazy. That's good. Thank God, Miss Fields. Thank God you announced that. Thank God, Miss Fields. Jesus Christ. I'm so glad you said that. Jesus. You don't know how that makes me feel. Well, I was gonna make him feel. I'm glad you put that out there. Jesus Christ. Because this dude, I know my man. I know him, man. I know him 20-some years. I know him. He's a nut. He ain't a stalker. He's not a stalker. That he's not. That he's not. But he's a nut. So glad you put that out there. Nah, we gonna chop it up today, y'all. I'll keep laughing because when he brought it to my attention, I was just like, he kept saying Phils, and I'm like, Phils, what the fuck is he talking about? And I said, oh! I said, one of my sisters on the tube, man. Yeah. I said, she good peoples. Haven't met her in person. Haven't had her, but I said, as far as her coming through my channel, she's good peoples, and she's part of the No Duck Zone family. But shit crazy. It's just, it's crazy how people will see you one time on social media and they fall in love with you and they like, yo, yeah, I gotta have that person, or I gotta talk to that person. you gotta watch people nowadays too, because especially with social media, you got people who stalk you. You gotta watch. You gotta really watch people, and it's crazy how you can't live a normal life anymore like that because you have to watch people. You can live a normal life, but at the same time, you gotta watch people, man, because people will be obsessed with you. They really would, and people might not look at it like that, but you got people in real life that will be obsessed with you. Like that movie, with Ija Elba, however you pronounce his freaking name. Like when he was married to Beyonce in the movie, and the old girl that kept, wasn't it called Obsessed? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Salute. Wasn't it called Obsessed, y'all? Yeah, well, that's it's crazy. But let me get this going though. So let me welcome all my newcomers, my regulars. Everyone, welcome to the No Doug Zone podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is where it goes down at. The word of the day is obsess. Now, obsess can mean a lot of different things. Sometimes we obsess with ourselves. We could be obsessed with just, I don't know, partying. We could be obsessed with a lot of different things. You buy a pair of Jordans, you could just, you know what I'm saying? And then you got that person that's obsessed with the other person that they don't even have a relationship with. Somebody you might live next door to, work with, you cool with them. You cool with them, but they want to be just a little more cool with you than you want to be with them. And it's like, we all right, but it'll never go there. And then they feel offended because they feel like they're not good enough for you to be with, or they feel like they're not good enough to be with you, and you like, yo, it ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? You start like, wait a minute, it's not even that serious, fam. Me and you cool, but it just won't go there. Sometimes, you know how sometimes you good enough to be just cool with people, but you wouldn't be in a relationship with them. You just like, nah, you're not my type. You're not ugly, but you just, it's something about them besides looks that makes you say, nah, I wouldn't go there with you. I wouldn't do that. But you know, let's be cool. And a lot of people can't take that. Like, let me ask y'all something. I don't care if it was middle school, high school, college, whatever. Y'all ever have somebody try to force themselves on y'all? And I don't mean if they were drunk or anything. They just tried to force themselves on you, and you like, whoa, buddy. We're not doing that. we're not doing that. Yo, oh, you had it happen, T? T said, yep. And you like, wait a minute. And you might have been in a relationship when they did it, or you might have not been in a relationship, but you like, whoa. Motherfucker, we work together. Same floor. Or we went to school with each other since the 3rd grade. And here it is, we freaking in our 40s and you just trying to hit on me. Nah, man. I know shit happens, but it's like, nah, man. I never looked at you like that. I looked at you as a brother. I looked at you as a sister. We ain't doing nothing. Hell no. Yeah, until they meet my 6 brothers. Oh, damn, Miss Fields, you got 6 brothers? Oh, man. Damn. That's crazy, because my wife got 4 sisters and 1 brother. So imagine what life was like coming up for him if you tried to violate him. And he's the only brother. Ain't that crazy? But 6, oh man, you would have been the type, Miss Fields, in school. I'd have been like, damn, I want to talk to her, but yeah, my wife got 4 sisters and 1 brother. Let me tell you something. Back in the days, you didn't even want to play with him. And my wife is the oldest one out of all of them. That's crazy. She's the oldest one. Everybody's close in age, but yeah. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Miss Fields, I couldn't have said nothing to you back in school. Cause I'd have been like, yo, damn, I don't want to sit there and have to go through her brothers. Like, shit. Like, y'all remember the Wood? You ain't want to have to go fight Stacy. See, you ain't want to have to fight Stacy. You see how that shit went? And she just had one brother. Fighting Stacy was like fighting six of them. Nah. You don't want to fight Stacy. Hell nah. Even though he got cool with Stacy at the end, but that's besides the point. I'm 40 and my youngest brother is 25. Oh, hell no. Oh, no. Oh, no, Miss Fields. Nah, but you know, brothers are brothers. No matter how old they are, no matter how young they are, it is their job to protect their sister, and it's the sister's job to definitely protect the brother because she's older. But obsessed is a nasty word, depends on what you're using it for. You could be obsessed with somebody you're in a relationship with and love them, and you know, but sometimes you want to be careful with it because sometimes people see obsessed and being controlling is two different things. But when you just have somebody, you know, obsessed with you and you're just like, okay, I'm flattered. I'm glad you feel that way. Yeah, it's dangerous. Obsession is dangerous. You have to be a little careful with it. Because you know how you got those people that run around and be like, if I can't have you, no one can? You might want to be careful with them kind of people. Don't take it for a joke. Don't laugh at it. Don't take that shit for a joke because you've had real people in real life that have lost their life behind that line. If I can't have you, no one can. And then you just thinking like you're not taking it serious. They're just talking out of term. They'll be alright. Then next thing you know, some shit pop up on the news or social media. You like, so she killed him? Or he killed her? What? That's crazy. That's crazy, but it be like that, so you gotta be careful. And see, even people who are not in a relationship with you think like that. That if I can't have you, no one can type shit. That's some shit that I never could understand. Jeff Spark, what up? That was some shit I never could understand. And I look back and I go, what are you getting out of that? What are you getting out of being obsessed with a person? Not something, but a person. I think obsession can be a dangerous word. Depends on what we're using it for. But when you're talking about feelings for somebody that they feelings might not be the same for you, for you, you feel some kind of way. And these are people who've always grew up and didn't have either they always had things their way or they never had things their way because you'll have people that tell you I've always had things my way and whatever I want I'm gonna get. Y'all ever heard? Let's talk to them kind of people that tell you that. Whatever I want is what I'm gonna get. And I'm like, all right, that's cool, but you ain't getting this. This is already spoken for. Because being married, you would think that it will put you in a safe place and space, but it don't. Because you still got somebody out there that just be like, yeah, well, I don't give a fuck about you being married. Your wife or your husband ain't got nothing to do with me. And now you like, okay, like, you know what? You a little off. You're a little off, and I'm gonna just go this way. These are the kind of people. When I go back to watch the movie Obsession, and I go, oh man, this is crazy. Because you see these kind of movies, you don't know how good they're gonna be. You look at the actors or the actress, and you assume it'll be good. Sometimes a movie could be trash, but that wasn't just a movie. It doesn't have to say best. It doesn't have to say based on a true story. Shit like that in real life actually happens. The problem is when you don't speak up and say something about it happening is what makes it worse. Nowadays, you can't even compliment nobody. Can't even tell somebody they look nice or they look beautiful. Oh, any guy would be glad to have you. Any woman would be glad to have you. Oh shit, they take that and run with it. You go out and have a drink with them or two or grab a bite to eat. Oh, they swear up and down they could swindle their way into you now. I thought we had something. We did. We just had something to fucking drink and eat. Damn, I guess that was a mistake. I figured we were co-workers. We all were in the same space. We did have something. What was you expecting to have more than that? Oh, you thought you were gonna get me to... Nah. Not happening. Not happening, bruh. And you have sick people that's really like that. So when people look at that and they go, oh, that was just a movie. Nah, that's life. And being married don't keep you safe. Because you'll have some bozo who will try you. Don't keep you safe, Miss Fields. It don't keep me and you safe because we married. It's crazy, but it just doesn't keep us safe. I remember being somewhere one day, and it was recently, and there was these girls around. What year did that come out? That came out some years ago, man. That came out some years ago. It wasn't 20 years ago, but it came out some years ago, Jeff. I think when it came out, I don't even know if I was I in my 30s? If I'm 42 now, was I in my 30s when it came out, maybe? I gotta look it up. Me and my wife was just watching that, I think last month or the month before, we was watching that crazy shit. Every time it come up, it's just one of the movies we gotta watch. But, so we sitting around, I forgot what it was. Obsession came out in 2009. Oh, see, in my 20s, I was 26 when Obsession came out? Miss Fields, I'm doing bad. Damn. I said 30s. That shit came out 2009. I was 26. Jesus Christ. God's been good to me, though. It's been good to me. I said doing bad because of the timing. I was off with that, but that's okay. Damn, man, I came a long way. But we sitting around, and you know how somebody compliments you on how you look and how good you look or whatever, and then they want to know your name. I got to a point where I don't even give people my name no more unless they hear somebody say it. Yeah, that's the Beyonce one. Yep. So she like, what's your name? I usually don't have a problem. Mike, what up? I usually don't have a problem giving people my name. So this time I'm like, my name is Taken. Huh? My name is Taken. Taken. Married. Happily married. 4 years strong now. Know what I'm saying? And she was like, I'm not trying to holler at you, but I already heard the conversation, and I'm like, yeah, I already see what's going on here. Let me do what I do and get up out of here. It's very easy for you to get tempted to get involved in something if you weak-minded. Like I said yesterday, you got to be strong, because that was the word of the day yesterday. You have to be strong. And we're not perfect. We're humans, and we're gonna fuck up from time to time. It's the consequences I don't be want to deal with. because life is already hard enough for me as it is, and I've dealt with consequences from the time I was an adolescent, and I'm like I got tired of always getting punished. You know what I'm saying, for some shit that I either did or didn't do. So um, at that moment when I did that, I just sat there and said to myself like, people will try you. But far as people having the obsession, and we go through it, not just married people. You could be in a regular relationship and not married with somebody, and this is what people gonna do. Or you're single and people can still have an obsession with you, and you can still be on some either I don't want to be in a relationship, or me and you are just we would never go there. People can't take being rejected. They just can't. It's something about that. It's something about that word. It's a nasty word to them that it's like you're, I don't know. I don't know. It's like you dissing them, you pushing them off, and it makes them feel like something like, what's wrong with me? Well, nothing has to be wrong with you. It's just me and you will never do nothing, and I don't understand why that's so hard for them to grasp it with. Like me and you would just never do anything. Why can't you understand that? I'm watching some show yesterday on YouTube where this guy had been going to this was it Starbucks? I don't want to get the name wrong of the place he was going to, but he was stalking this girl. He would show up at the job. I just watched it yesterday on YouTube. He shows up at the job and he's standing outside the glass, like outside the store. He would just look in the glass and just stare at her, wouldn't say anything. Which I thought that was hella weird. When they call the cops, they see him, they trespass him. You know, get up out of here, man. You know, you can't come back here. AB, what up? This dude comes back, think 2 days, 3 days later, and he knows he's not supposed to be there. But he's in his car going through drive-through, going to buy something. So they call the police back because they see him in the drive-through. So they surround his car, the police, you know, tell him to get out the car, whatever. He's acting like he doesn't know what the hell's going on. And then they tell him, yo, didn't we just trespassed you? So I guess he said something about, oh, I thought you said about standing in front of it. He said, no, man, when we trespassed you, it was from the property, period. No walking, no driving, no standing in the area. We trespassed you. Then come to find out this guy got guns in his car. He got cocaine in his car. And I'm just like, why do y'all fools put yourselves in predicaments that y'all don't need to be in? Stalking somebody. And the girl was young too. Obsession is what we call it, for real. Not just stalking, it's obsession. There's never a time where you should go home and have to feel uncomfortable, go to work and feel uncomfortable, or be in the park with your kids and you have some weirdo hide behind a tree or sitting there. If you look around and he ain't got no damn kids in the park with him, but he's sitting there with dark shades on reading the freaking newspaper, but they're acting like he reading the damn newspaper, but he really there to watch you. For Janet Jackson and oh, man. You know what? I don't think there's not one dude in America that didn't have an obsession for Janet Jackson. Dude still got an obsession with Janet Jackson. Janet got to be, what, in her 60s? Because I don't think Janet was the baby. Was Janet the baby of everybody? I know you had LaToya and there was another sister. It don't matter. It ain't one dude that can't say he never had an obsession with Janet Jackson. Yeah, Miss Fields, D. Freeze crazy, but it's true though. People had an obsession with Janet. Word up. I was liking Janet when she was Penny on Good Times. She 53. Janet is 53. Yo, D-Free, get the fuck out of here, man. Who you talking to, D-Free? Knock it off. Janet ain't no, she might be 63. Janet ain't no damn 53. Janet ain't no 70s baby. Hell, when she was on Good Times, the girl had to be what? What was Janet then on Good Times? You said seriously? Man, hell no, Janet ain't no damn 53. See, now he gonna make me change this whole subject now. Man, hell no, D-Free. When she was on Good Times, she had to be what? 10 or 11 then? What, 12? Oh, hell no, D-Free. D-Free about to make me go Google now. He about to make me go Google now. Oh, hell nah. He ain't gonna tell me Penny is motherfucking 53. Oh, hell nah. Man. Janet is 58? Okay. We all have. Yours with David. You are my wife, Miss Fields. You are my wife. Jesus Christ. Love y'all some damn David Banner. My wife still love David Banner to this day. She be like, that's a fine man. I go say fine again. Then I give it that straight face. Say fine again. Just open up your mouth like you finna say. Go ahead, just say. I be waiting for her to say it too. He's so fine. Go ahead and just say. You might be saying the other. You might be saying F-U-C-K. I don't know. All I know is F's about to come out. Go ahead and say. I be waiting for her to say it. Go ahead and say it one more time, damn it. Nah, but my bad. I was off a few years ago. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, man, but we all have somebody we like. And even if we do have an obsession, we're not bringing the obsession to them. Where you go, he come on my husband, we will get. Man, listen, Miss Fields, famous or no famous, when I'm in the club or I'm in the lounge with my wife, yeah, I be on it. I don't even play. It ain't got nothing to do with her because I trust my wife with all my heart. I don't even trip about it. I look at some of these dudes, I'm like, yeah, money, I wish you would. Go ahead. I don't know, because dudes be thinking because they be 6'1", 2 and some change, that matter to me. I don't give a shit about none of that, man. You'll never come take what's mine, bro. That ain't happening. You go ahead and try. I'll make you pay for it. I'll make you wish you hadn't did it. For real. That's why they don't like to really give us bottles in the club, because they already know what we gonna use them for. But somebody doesn't get to invade your space because they have an obsession with you. They don't get to do that. And it can be very dangerous, and somebody will get hurt behind it. You know, it's scary. It's scary because, check it out. Now, everything I'm saying is true. Y'all remember Players Club when Diamond was going home and Byron followed her? Always make sure you get home safe. What kind of shit is that? Bruh, what you mean? You make sure I get home safe every night. You go put the key in your door, and he just walks up like it's normal. Oh, so this is where you live. What? If you don't get your stalking obsession ass up out of here, so you've been following me home all this time, but you picked this one time to just say, you know what? I'm gonna get out. I spent a lot of money with you, and you act like you don't know me. I'm telling you, people are freaking crazy. I know y'all seen Players Club. Y'all ain't gonna act like y'all ain't seen that movie. And you ain't gonna act like you ain't seen that scene. Byron didn't want to dance with nobody if it wasn't Diamond. She'd have had every right to do something to that dude. She didn't have a piece on her. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Miss Fields? That dude was sick. You could tell him. You could tell something was wrong with him. Listen, man. One thing about my wife, man. I always tell her, you gonna keep a taser or keep some pepper spray on you. Somebody get out of line, light they ass up. And it's kind of hard for a woman to go back and forth with a dude when it come to tussling. Y'all women can give it all y'all can, man, but after a while, our strength is gonna overpower y'all. So at that point, you got a right to just take a dude up out of here. Yeah. Listen, I don't even care. Like, when your life is on the line, somebody's actually stalking you and pulling up to your residence where you live. Oh yeah, I got a right to do whatever. I got a right to pull you in my house and tear you apart if I wanted to. Straight up. Now, you see how she went to close the door? And how he was trying to get in? I'd have let him in. I'd have just let him in. He already done made his way in. I'd have let him in. And did what I did and called the police and left him right there. Go ahead, Free. I'd have let him in. Called the police, and when they got there, I was sitting right out there on my steps. Yeah, he's inside. Y'all remember Enough? Jennifer Lopez. You know? Her dude had an obsession. Tell me he didn't. Because Jennifer wasn't the first person he tried that with. She was the last person he tried that with. He wanted to have his cake and eat it too, but he was bugged. He said, what's up with the dark lipstick? Hey, yo, Free, my man saw that. Yo, listen, when he saw Miss Fields with that dark lipstick, he lost his mind. And he already liked light-skinned women. So, and she's pretty, so... The fuck going on here? I don't know, that was YouTube, y'all, it wasn't me. Yeah, he saw that and he lost his mind. I'm like, oh, come on, dude. Yeah, Miss Fields, you put that dark lipstick on. You out here starting something. Yeah, Miss Fields, you gonna have to, I'm just saying. You putting that that lipstick on, and you light skinned, and you one video you got your hair up, and the next minute you got it down. You causing a problem, Miss Fields. You're causing a distraction. That's what you're doing. In the words of my man Jadakiss at Versus, you're causing a distraction. You're causing a distraction, Miss Fields. Jesus. Nah, but yeah, man, when I watched that movie Enough, I'm like, yo, dude was crazy, man. Dude chased Jennifer all over the damn world. He had a nasty obsession. But what did he tell her? If he couldn't have her, no one could, right? Remember I mentioned that? And look what happened. Jennifer had to take up self-defense just to take his ass out. And at the end, he got what he deserved. He wanted his cake and eat it too. Sneaking over with Darcy. You got a wife and kid, but you sneaking over with Darcy. Thought it was cool to go chill with Darcy. Real timing in real life, that shit gets you hurt, man. Even in your own marriage, obsession could be nasty. Because you and your other half are not seeing eye to eye anymore. Things are not like it used to be. You might have tried counseling. That might have not worked. You tried everything, praying, going to church together, talking to each other's family members, which is not cool all the time because sometimes people will give you messed up advice. But you tried everything. And sometimes you're like, okay, something's got to give because we can't continue like this. You were willing to try certain things that weren't working. You ready to let go, but the other person's not. And now they telling you over their dead body. Oh, you got to be careful when they say over their dead body because that's exactly what they mean. It's over their dead body. That's a dangerous person to like. When you hear that, it's like, damn. Um, I'll use over my dead body, but it depends on what we talking about. Like, if I say, yo, you're not gonna disrespect my wife. If you do, that's over my dead body. You ain't gonna do it while I'm breathing. It's just not gonna happen. I don't care who you are, family member, friend. You just, it ain't gonna happen. But you know, to tell somebody you ain't leaving me. If you leave me, it's gonna be over my dead body. You gotta be careful. Gotta be careful, because there's a lot of people that are not here to defend themselves and be like, well, this is what happened and this is why I'm not here no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I took it a little too far, and they can't speak their piece. So obsession can be very dangerous, and you play around with it, and it'll just put you in a position where you don't want to be. I'm obsessed with different things. You know what I'm saying? With doing my podcast. That's what I'm obsessed with. That's what I do. Um, Having these topics, having these conversations is what I love. As far as you having feelings for people who, or if somebody's having feelings for you that it's not the same, um, yeah, you might want to look into that. Because, like I said, people just can't take rejection. It makes them feel some kind of way. It makes them say, okay, well, I'm going to keep just messing with this person until eventually I get the answer that I'm looking for. And it's not something to worry about constantly, but it is something that makes you sit and think and go, I gotta watch this motherfucker, man. And nobody wants to do that because how many times I come up here from Monday to Friday and tell y'all life is already hard enough as it is, and you're trying to make it just a little easy, right? And here it is. It's like I got enough to worry about. Now I got to worry about somebody freaking stalking me. I'm in a relationship where I want to leave, but I can't. I'm being threatened. I gotta wait till this person goes to sleep. Hopefully they get drunk and go to sleep and I can pack my bags and get out the door. See, in the Ike and Tina story, I won't say that Ike had an obsession. I'll just say he didn't, Tina was the money. Now, some people might have said he did have an exception. He was on drugs. I mean, of course, but I look at it like he didn't want the money to walk away. He didn't want the money to walk away. That's what that was. Tina to him was nothing but a bag. But there was things that he did do that he had the obsession of being abusive and getting high. So yeah, I can't say he did have obsession. Yeah, he did though, when you think about it. But this is real. It's dangerous. And when you think about it, it's scary. Like my brother D Free, man, he got an obsession with keeping that long ass beard of his, man. I be wanting him to cut it, but he just won't do it. So that's what we got to deal with. Nah, shout out to my brother D Free, man. That's my guy, man. That's my guy right there. But um, and there's something that we want to teach our kids this too about this word. These type of words that we use are important for them, even though they feel like they don't need to learn it. They do need to learn it because even at their age, you got kids that they'll be on that type of timing with them. Forgot what I was watching where this young kid, this 16-year-old kid, this dude ended up killing his girlfriend. I think the girlfriend was 14. He's 16. You have an obsession with having a fat ass stomach. Yeah. Oh man, damn! I should have saw that coming, boy. God damn, free man. Oh, I set myself up for that one, so I can't be mad. I set myself up for that one. But so he ends up killing the 14-year-old girlfriend. As always, appreciate y'all coming to great recommendation and peace. Thanks, Miss Fields. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a safe day, Queen. So he kills the 14-year-old girl. The girl didn't want to talk to him no more, and one day after school, the girl never made it back home. He said he wanted to talk with her. They end up, and it's crazy because they usually walk a certain way to get home. This particular day, they took a different way, which means he already had it planned. Because if he wanted to walk and talk with her, they would have went the usual way. Usually when somebody wants you to take a different route, and then it just be like, let's walk. Nah, man, sometimes you gotta think about that. Like, nah, bro, what the hell are we taking this way for? And since we known each other, we ain't never took this way. And he took it into a woods and he beat her down. This is him only being 16 years old. So we got to tell these kids, because I don't think they understand the seriousness of, you know, you can go to prison for this for the rest of your life. We're not talking about mistaken identity as somebody putting you in jail for something you didn't do. We talking about something that you actually did. Fingerprints. The cameras showing that you walking this way with her. Because, you know, there's cameras in the school. What you gonna say? You wasn't with her? Now he's gonna spend the rest of his life. Is it worth it? Is being obsessed worth it? Is being a stalker worth it? Is being rejected and you feeling some kind of way about it? Is it worth you reacting to it? Nobody says no to me. Well, who the fuck are you supposed to be? Who are you supposed to be? You're no one special. Everybody gets says no to. I've had, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of times I wasn't everybody's cup of tea. I've had way more women say yes to me than say no. But in this case, that don't even matter because I got somebody who's going to spend the rest of their life with me. So I don't even give a shit about all that. All that don't even matter no more. That's been out the window. But when you can't control yourself and you let your feelings take over you, where something in your mind says, hey man, nobody says no to me. Nobody says no to me. Do they know who I am? And it's crazy, but that's the mindset of people. And Once again, if you're not careful, that mindset will put you in a dangerous place. Omar, what's up? I hope it don't rain today. Oh, I don't know what it's gonna do. I might come out over there the way you at, or I'll just call you. But this weather from yesterday, the day seems nasty. The day before, yesterday the weather was all right, but this weather's confusing. But yeah, when you can't take when you can't take no, it could be a problem. And I've seen it too many times. It can be scary. Having to watch somebody all the time is scary. And I don't mean like somebody you watching, you stalking somebody, but knowing that you're being watched could be scary. You don't know what people's intentions are. Because people will figure out your schedule, what time you go to work, what time you get off, what time you go to this club, what time you go to the store, what time you go to church, what time you get on the train, what time you get on the bus, what time you go to Planet Fitness. They'll figure all that out. They got your whole schedule down packed. And it's crazy. And the best answer that America got for you is to go get a restraining order. Like that helps. That ain't nothing but a piece of paper that says stay away. How many people follow that piece of paper? How many? You know how many people have broken that? Because it's just a piece of paper. That's all it is. Which I think they need to do something about that. Because a lot of people are not honoring that. Eric, oh, what's up? A lot of people are not honoring that piece of paper. Yeah, it's a restraining order that says you can't go. It's just a piece of paper. They think by going to court, making you sign, that means something. Yeah, if you violated, there's consequences, but you got people that they don't care. They don't care. Now when you have to go to court for it's like for protection. And you have to fear for your life because you don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, I got a restraining order on this person, but will they send somebody else? Will they send somebody else to you know what I'm saying, to come after you? These are some of the things that people got to think about. So obsession is something very serious that rather it be you, a family member, a next door neighbor, a co-worker, is something that you have to take serious. You know, we roll at friends and fathers with that domestic violence. Yeah. So you know, it's yeah, you know, obsession could lead them. Obsession could lead to domestic violence too. You know, it's not just, oh, she said something about me and I slapped her. Sometimes the woman might want to leave, man. Sometimes the man wants to leave. It ain't always the woman that's getting slapped up. There's some dudes that be like, I had enough of this. I'm out. Here it is. She go to scratching his chest up, face, ripping his shirt. Now you got to defend yourself, or you got to stand there and take it. Y'all both get locked up. That ain't no way to live. It's no way to live, man. The word of the day is obsession. We can use that word for a lot of different reasons. You could be obsessed with food. You could be obsessed with a certain sneaker. You could be obsessed with a certain video game. You could be obsessed with yourself. But when you're talking about putting that obsession into another person and you feel like, hey, if I ever get rejected by this person, if this person ever tried to leave me, I'm gonna do something to them. And if we got kids, I'll do something to them, and I might possibly do it to myself. Because that's what we're facing today. That's what we're facing today. We're facing those kind of, excuse me, y'all, because my screen just got dark. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. These are the type of situations that we're facing. These are the kind of people that we're facing. That they ready to risk it all and don't care who they hurt to make their point, to get their point across. I'll hurt myself just to get my point across that I'm not going to let her do this. Or I'm not going to let him do this. Or they can't understand that you're married, you're in a relationship, and they still want a piece of you. And it's like, it doesn't go that way. Nowadays, you can't even be freaking friends with you want to be friends with a coworker, sometimes you got to damn watch that. What kind of world we live in? This is a goofy world we live in. It's a sensitive, emotional ass world we live in. Very emotional. That everything you do, you got to watch it. So now when you build this wall up that you don't want people to get over, people look at you like something wrong with him. He antisocial, she antisocial. They don't. No, it's because damn, it's like I've trusted people and people turn around and they do this. Nobody's supposed to live in the world of fear. But because of what some people have experienced, that's how they are. But that doesn't mean that's how you should live. That's a nasty way of living. And I don't want to live like that. So when it comes to that obsession, the first thing I say is, you could be obsessed all you want. I'm paying you no mind. That's what I'm doing. I'm paying you no mind. I'm really not. Just one thing you're not going to do is worry me and have me wondering like, okay, do I got to watch you? Once I feel like I got to watch you, then something's got to be done. And nowadays, going to a police station and filling out a report, or going to get a restraining order. Now you got to take the day to go to court and fill out all this paperwork, which is a bunch of bullshit to me, because it solves nothing. You go to court now your stalker's across the street like, oh, so you wouldn't put a restraining order on me. Well, how the hell did you know that? I know everything you do. I know where you eat. I know where you go for lunch on your break. I know where you party at. I know what park you be in. Hey, I know some of your friends. That's nasty work. That's nasty work. Now, some of y'all will probably say, I don't have that problem. Here, maybe not yet. I don't wish that on nobody. But just know that there's people like that. But in every part of the world, every part of America, every part of the world, even outside of America, you have people who are like that. Obsession, like I said, it depends on what you're using it for. It's really a nasty word. And it's a word that can get you hurt. Some people are obsessed with disrespect. But that's all they know. And they feel like, hey, this is me. This is me. This is what you're going to have to deal with when you're talking to me. It is what it is, man. I'm not gonna rap on here too long, y'all. Um, I'm gonna sit back and chill for a little bit. Um, I got other things I want to do, and I also want to come back here later on. We know it's fight week, but I spoke about Joey Spencer and Tim Zurich, the weigh-in to be today. I'll probably go live on my gram to show that. But then we got my brother Keith Cologne doing his thing tomorrow. Maggie, what's going on? Good morning, Queen. So I'll talk boxing a little later today as always, afternoon talk. But word of the day, if you're just coming in, the word of the day is obsession. Be careful, be mindful, and protect your space. Protect your space. And not let an outsider or insider invade that. Because it's not just the outsiders that you have to worry about with obsessions. It's even in relationships. Where people will hurt you, hurt themselves just to get their point across. Be very careful with that. Be careful who you become friends with. They'll take it too far. We just live in a world where it's like, damn, you just can't compliment anybody anymore because they take it the wrong way. I think he liked me. I think she liked me. And it's like, yeah, we cool, but I don't want to get with you. Like, you bugging out. Don't be telling nobody that. I mean, what the hell? I don't need that. When these people be at work trying to do that, I be looking at them like, yeah, that ain't gonna work, man. It gets to the boss, everybody fired. So, just be mindful of that, y'all. Protect your space. And make sure it's not invaded. But get up out of here, man. I'll be back later, y'all. We gonna have boxing talk later. It's Friday. Same way I came back yesterday, I'll be back again today. We're gonna talk some boxing, so make sure y'all come back. We'll probably do that about 4 or 5 o'clock. You know, maybe 6. Give people time to get in. You know, I always want people to try to, get themselves in and get relaxed to get comfortable and then come on in. But we will be back later. So I love y'all. Safe travels out there. Everybody get to where they going safe. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what it is. It's the No Duck Zone podcast. Let's go.